Hello everyone out there. This is Ben Davis, Chief Advancement Officer for the YMCA of Greater Kalamazoo. I'm here with my coworker Ernie, who's our Director of Parks and Recreation. And we wanted to reach out to all of you who are donors to the YMCA, or past donors, or who have some interest in supporting the Y during these crazy times. Just a few weeks ago, although that's hard to believe, we held our annual fundraising event, our community breakfast. And many of you out there were at the event. It was such a great morning. Our keynote speaker was amazing. You got to hear our CEO, Dave Morgan, give his personal background story about the impact the Y made on his life when he was a kid. It's a super touching story, and I highly recommend that you check out the link that's in this email to watch the whole event video, whether you were there or not. Our theme for the breakfast was equity in education, what that means and how our Y programs play a role in providing opportunities to students and families who need us most. Kids that might not have the same chance to succeed and thrive in school if it weren't for programs like the one we offer at Lincoln Elementary School, for example. And who knew that 3 weeks later, our facilities would be closed, schools would be closed, and that the Y programming we'd be offering right now is getting out and delivering meals and books and supplies to those same students and families, and hosting an emergency childcare program at our Maple Street Y for families of healthcare providers and first responders and other essential workers during the pandemic. It's not what we thought we'd be doing right now, to say the least, but the fact that we're out there doing what we can is a perfect example of how the Y has adapted over time to be something totally different from what it used to be, and something more, much more than a gym and swim facility or just a place to work out. If you go back to the founding of the YMCA more than 150 years ago, the Y was a place to live. Its largest program was Bible studies. There were no women and children, and indoor pools and swimming lessons weren't even a thing at the time. If you go back just 50 years, we had started steering more towards health and wellness programs, but YMCAs didn't have childcare, and now the Y is the nation's largest nonprofit childcare provider. And here in Kalamazoo, we have our licensed preschool and after-school program at the Y, plus programs that are integrated into a number of KPS schools. And all that is to make the point that the Y is an organization that it isn't just about one thing. We are many things to many people in the communities that we serve. And we have a history of being nimble enough to see over time what trends are evolving. What are the critical needs out there that the YMCA might be the right ones to step up and try to meet? And the current most pressing issues out there right now, this very moment, are ones that we never thought we'd see, but here we are. And I wanted you to know what we're doing. As we've been communicating to our YMCA members during the closure, we've been asking them to stick with us, to keep their membership active even when they can't come in and use the bricks and mortar facilities. And it's a different kind of proposition from what their membership with us usually looks like, but so far many of them are indeed sticking with us. And for you, our donors, I can't thank you enough for what many of you have already done to give us your financial support. Every contributed dollar that isn't going towards our financial assistance program for membership during the mandated closure is helping us offer these critical programs to people who need them. And it's helping us stay strong as an organization so that we can keep some basic operations going and be ready to reopen strong as soon as that's a possibility. So I also want to ask you to continue, renew, or even increase your financial support to the Y if that's something you're able to do right now. For some of you, that's not where you are, and that's totally understandable. There's too much need right now, though, too many good things we're trying to do at the Y for me to not ask you to consider a gift if now is an okay time. So there's a donate link included in this email too. On behalf of everyone else at the Y, I want to thank you again for your support, whatever that looks like for you. And I want to ask you to keep in touch with us during these challenging times. Please stay safe, stay well. We will get through this together, and we look forward to seeing you again as soon as possible.